Ethereum ETF has been rejected by the SEC. But why is this possibly the best time to enter Ethereum? I'm going to break down exactly what just happened and what I expect to happen on the Ethereum price here today. As you can see, the SEC delayed the decision on the Ether ETF application. They rejected the BlackRock one. They rejected GBTC being able to convert their trust, the ETH, into an ETF as well. But this shouldn't be a big surprise. We have just been through the excitement, the rigmarole of the Bitcoin spot ETF. And what do we see? Delay after delay after delay up until the final deadline. And for the Ethereum applications, the final deadline is May 23rd. That is when Van Eck's final deadline date occurs. So all of these other ones, expect a lot of delays. It's very unlikely that the SEC make proactive decisions here on crypto. They tend to only make decisions when they are backed into a corner. And the earliest date that they get backed into making a decision for the Ethereum ETF will be May the 23rd. So mark that date in your calendar. We could be getting our first altcoin ETF. Bitcoin has already set the precedent, but if an altcoin could set another precedent, this could be major for the likes of XRP, Cardano, many other ETF-friendly type institutional plays. Maybe Solana in there as well, if they didn't have their outage yesterday. But apart from that, let's get back to the topic. Ethereum. Why could Ethereum be a powerful pick for the next few months? We know we've got this date, May the 23rd. And what do we know happened on Bitcoin? What happened on Bitcoin in the lead up to this ETF? We saw crazy movements on the Bitcoin price. If you take a look at Bitcoin, it rose from here in November of 2022. It rose from 15,500 all the way into the ETF, touching as high as 45,000. Now, how did Ethereum do? Ethereum did okay, right? Ethereum did okay in the Bitcoin excitement because, of course, altcoins and Ethereum did well. But imagine for an Ethereum ETF, what the move could be. Take a look at this. This is the ETH versus Bitcoin chart, okay? So the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart. Hold up. Do you want to learn how to trade? Then you need to jump into our Telegram community. Link is in the description. In our Telegram community, I share my altcoins. I share how I do my trade setups, how I do my stop losses and take profit. So you could learn to become a profitable trader. Check it out. Link is in the description. And this has been in a firm downtrend here. You can see there's a nice downtrend here showing that Bitcoin, ever since this period, which is August of 2022, has outperformed Ethereum for a very, very long time. Now, I expect this to change over the next 6 months. I expect between now and the May reading in terms of the spot ETF approval for Ethereum, this could flip. I expect Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin now for the next half of this year, okay? That is what I'm expecting now on Ethereum, leading at least up towards that May date for the Ethereum spot ETF. I think this is where the narrative is going to head to. And again, this ties in with the old school narrative of crypto. What always happens? Bitcoin sets the trend, Bitcoin sets the pace, then you see Ethereum, then you see the likes of Solana and Cardano and all these other top 10 projects, and then it'll move on to the rest of the crypto mid caps, low caps, and then your micro caps, etc. We know that. So when I'm looking at this here on Ethereum, I'm thinking I can't get enough Ethereum at this point. I need to be loading up. Now, of course, I've got a good set of Ethereum in my bag, but I could do with more, knowing that an ETH ETF could be around the corner. Now, of course, what else do you notice? This is major support. This is major support for Ethereum versus Bitcoin, right? And this is also forming a double top pattern. So it's very important that ETH versus BTC really starts to bounce here now. You do not want to lose this and form an M pattern to start heading down to the next support, which is 0.03 here on ETH versus BTC. You do not want to see that happen. Now, in other news, you can see Bitcoin here continuing to accumulate, right? It's in this accumulation, sideways consolidation, whatever you want to call it. Either way, we're not going anywhere. We're in this pattern here. And if I show you this on the 4-hourly chart, we have been consolidating ever since January the 24th. This has been a long couple of weeks of consolidation here on Bitcoin. But when this does move, it promises to be an explosive move. You can see here on the 4-hourly chart, price in sideways movement. You can see the RSI hovering in kind of no man's land. It's neither overbought nor oversold. It just needs a direction. And at the moment, this can play out in either direction, right? If you want to take the measured move of this, and you want to apply this to the point of breakout, you can very crudely, let's just give you a quick estimate here. This could bring you up here, if you break to the upside, into that 45.5 territory, right, where we'll start to face a bit of resistance. Now, that makes a lot of sense because we fell very sharply from this level. This was the exact level when we fell here in January 24th. We fell from that level. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that start to fill. At the same time, if we lose this pattern to the downside, you could be heading back down to support here at the bottom of the wedge, which brings you to 41.3, but then more importantly, all the way down here at 38.6 is your next major level of resistance. Now let's check in on the liquidity as well. Now, if you're following me on Twitter, you will see that I would have posted the liquidity levels, and you can see Bitcoin has a tight cluster of liquidity forming above it and below it. You can see large liquidity pools at 43.5 up here. You can also see to the downside 42, 42.5. There's a bunch of liquidity there. So this can move in either direction right now, and you need to be prepared for either as well. Now, you guys know, if this wants to pull back closer to that lower level, if it wants to fall to the bottom of the wedge, great, come down to 41.4. If it wants to fall all the way down here at 38.8, I would love to be buying that dip there on Bitcoin. So that's what I'm watching out for here on Bitcoin. Of course, the dollar index here, 4-hourly chart, you can see it has been showing tremendous strength so far this week. And again, it's coming into its EMA ribbon. So probably what the dollar index will try to do is try to do something like this and bounce. This is not going to be good for crypto if it does bounce. So if we want Bitcoin to do well here in the short term, we need the dollar index to get rejected and close below its EMA ribbon in this area. That's what we need to see here. So Ethereum looks exciting, guys. Ethereum for me could be the very big interesting play here for the next 3 to 4 months and could easily outperform Bitcoin, right? We could see a fall in Bitcoin dominance. We could see Ethereum do particularly well. You can see Ethereum has kind of come down into its EMA ribbon a little bit and already has had 2 positive weeks here. The question is going to be, are we going to get one final dip here on Ethereum to catch it before it decides to go on its next leg? You can see key resistance here coming in at 2400 here on Ethereum, but then the next key level up is really that 28.64 level, and that's the level I'm really excited about because that's where we fell from, right? You can see we started falling from that level. Even if you go further up, you got important levels at 3300 and then 3580 as well. So these are the key horizontals I'm watching here on Ethereum, but again, not a project I would not want to be holding into the bull run. I can never hold enough Ethereum. Anytime I think I've DCA'd enough, I always wish I had a bit more Ethereum. And I know in this day and age where it's so exciting to jump into a lot of other exciting layer 1 solutions and other altcoins, sometimes you can forget to eat your veg. That's why it's very important I stack up Bitcoin and Ethereum and always force myself to do so before I get excited looking at some other altcoins. So there you have it, guys. There's your update on the Ethereum spot ETF. If you appreciate these updates, smash up the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.